Hey guys, we're Justin and Marissa, a couple who love to travel, get a little lost, and probably stop for more snacks than we should. Join us as we take the road less traveled and create some crazy memories along the way.
We have made it to Oregon, flew into Portland, and we are at Road Trip Oregon right now, picking up our Mercedes Sprinter van right behind me. Justin is over there getting the little tour, figuring out how everything works, because we all know I'm not going to have anything to do with it. But we'll give you a little tour of it once we get all settled in and headed off to our first stop. I'm not exactly sure what we have planned because Justin made our itinerary, but I'm really excited. We are in the camper van, just took off. First stop usually would be coffee, but we already got some coffee from Portland Coffee Roasters. We are headed to provision the van. We are back in the camper van after making a quick pit stop at Whole Foods Market. We grabbed like breakfast and lunch stuff to eat in the van. Stuff that was just like quick and easy. So for lunch, we just scarfed down some Sonoma chicken salad wraps. Super delicious. And then we also had a salad and some salt and vinegar potato chips. So we are headed to Alawa Falls. I might be pronouncing that incorrectly. I'm not totally sure. We have a little weird beep on the van. We are not sure what it was. I'm not sure if you could hear it, but giving us a little bit of a flashback to Iceland when our van took a turn for the worse. That's a story for another day, but we are headed, like I said, to Alawa Falls. It's along the Columbian River Gorge, I think. So we plan on doing some hiking this afternoon and looking forward to spending our time outside today. So this is the base of Multnomah Falls. This is stop number 1. You know I'm gonna grab a coffee. Let's go take a peek. Oh wow. This is wild. It's so tall, I have to pan all the way up there. That bridge is really cool. Multnomah was wild. Justin had told me before that he kind of felt like it was overrated just because it is very touristy. Like you saw in the footage, it's got a coffee shop, which is where I got my coffee. I did end up getting a lavender iced latte. Lavender is my favorite. Anytime I get a coffee, if lavender is available, that's what I'm getting. I enjoyed it. I thought Multnomah was super cute. I didn't hike up there just because, again, it wasn't originally planned to go there. We are stopping at another waterfall. I'm gonna butcher the name of it. We just stopped at Wakena Falls, maybe that's what it's called. So I'll show you some footage of that as well here momentarily, but this trip is definitely off to a great start. We're trying to hike to get a little bit closer. This is nuts. It literally feels so much colder. We got Justin down there as well. To continue the hike. Wow. That's a much better view. Another quick pit stop. I feel like this trip is gonna end up being a ton of pit stops because what happened is we are on our way, like I said, to Alawa, and we were just driving and we saw this sign for a gorge. I can't pronounce the name of it. I can show you what it looks like. But there's a super cool tunnel. Can you believe they built this through a giant rock? Apparently they started digging this out back in 1913, and I guess it's like 120 or 125 feet long, 20 feet wide, and the engineers were super nervous that it was just gonna collapse because the basalt is like very sensitive to crumbling or whatever, so they literally poured concrete inside the crevices to make it secure. So ever since 1914, it's been alive and well. And they had to do this because the only other area that you were able to get around this was via the railroad, which already took up the other side. So that's where this came from, if anyone was curious. That was absolutely worth the stop. So unless we have another random pit stop along the way, we are headed to Alawa. Justin's running back to double check the car, but we have made it to Alawa Falls Trail. It's 1.5 miles round trip. It's about 0.8 up, 0.8 back. So we're gonna go and see what we can see, and the hike begins. I have to be careful on this little hike of ours because I still have a 6-mile run to do this evening, which might be a little bit difficult, not because of the distance, but because we woke up so early to catch our plane. So, gotta be careful not to twist my ankle. Alawa, this way. There's a squirrel that has been on this trail for the last like quarter mile, and we're just following it. And it won't leave the trail. It's just staying right on it, not veering off. So in 2017, a fire took out a ton of the trees. You can see the char marks. And then in 2021, just a few years later, there was a major rock slide, a major rock slide that took out even more stuff. It's just wild to actually see it. Like, you can really see the charring on this one. It looks like charcoal. We're making our way up to Alawa, but like, look at this view. We made it to the bottom of Alawa, and there's not much water flow. I mean, it's beautiful, don't get me wrong. Like, the amount of fallen rocks and stuff that are down here is nuts, and I can feel the mist taking his footage at third shift. That's what a real YouTuber looks like. I'm not one. I just am documenting for my future kids, you know, to see that mom and dad were cool. All right, we're almost to the coolest view yet. There's a pool down there, and I'm trying to get closer. Let's see if I can zoom in for you guys. I'm gonna try to get there, but that's just wicked. It's so green. This kind of reminds me of when we were in Iceland last year. My hair is looking a little bit wild. It always does, but it's looking extra wild because I just got lots of mist from the waterfall. From far away, I was like, oh, this is gonna be lame compared to the last two that we checked out. But it was honestly so cool. Justin and I were the only two people over here. The hike was 0.8 of a mile. It's just beautiful. I'm so glad that we stopped. I'm so glad that when I saw it from a distance that I just didn't turn around, because I was like, oh, this is not gonna be cool. It was awesome. Like, you can still kind of see it back there, but absolutely worth a stop. If you come here, you have to do it. Okay, I look a mess because I'm also out of breath because I just sprinted out of there. I left Justin behind. I'm terrified. So I'm just gonna give it away. It wasn't even subtle foreshadowing when I said that I was gonna see a snake or if there were snakes here, because newsflash, there are, and we ran into one. Scared the ever-living life out of me. Here comes Justin, he must have ran too. Terrifying, but we're safe, we're back, we're alive. All is well, on to the next.
On the road again.
On the road again.
I just can't wait to get back on the road again.
Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, and I am singing it so well with my voice that it might get copyrighted.
Copyrighted? Oh my God.
It just sounds so perfect, you know what I mean? It's getting dark. But sunset is not for 2 hours.
3 hours.
3 hours? It's this dark?
3 hours.
Is there a storm?
Good morning from the camper van. I'm still super nasally. My allergies are still super bad. But we had a great night. I didn't really get any of this recorded, but we went to Trillium Lake. It's at it's not at the base, but it's a really great viewing point for Mount Hood. So we went there, and there's a 2-mile loop that you can run around the lake. So I had a short 6-mile run yesterday. So I did that while Justin got some footage. So that was fun. And then we didn't leave there until pretty late. So after that, we went to our campsite for the night. We didn't get into our campsite until like 11. It was about an hour and 45-minute drive from Trillium Lake to Camp Dakota, where we stayed last night. We got in, it was pitch black, so I'm so thankful that Justin is able to navigate in the dark, because not only am I a terrible driver in the daytime, I'm a worse one at night. So he got us into our campsite safe and sound. We are on our way to do the Waterfalls hike. It's raining, so it's gonna be very messy, I think. We did this hike 2 years ago, when we came, and it was one of the most technical hikes I've ever done before. Like, technical in the sense that there was actually like ropes involved to help us get to the bottom. So we're really excited to do that here this morning. So that is the first thing on the list today. We are bumping along. This is like not even me being dramatic. I don't even know if you can hear me over all the rattle. But it's a gravel road to get us like kind of close down there. But because we are in a camper van, like we're not gonna even get as close as we got when we came last year. All right, we're on the trail. Well, let me rephrase. This is not the trail. This is still technically the road to get us to the trailhead at Abikwa. I'm a little bit traumatized from yesterday that I'm gonna see a snake. I'm bundled. Like, not cute at all. We're bundled up. It's raining. Hat. My coat's already soaking wet. I have my Gore-Tex. These are actually my running shoes. I think I showed them yesterday. These are my running shoes, my trail running shoes. But they're Gore-Tex. I was gonna bring my actual hiking boots, but I didn't really have any room in my bag. We didn't check a bag just because, A, that's always annoying to have to like wait around for your bags, but I also didn't want to check one because our camper van doesn't have like a lot of storage. So, oh gosh, we're getting slushy over here. But we're surviving. Huh? I said, but we're surviving. We're surviving. Here's Justin, leading the way. His orange backpack. Oh, it is a lot. It's so muddy and so rocky. We've only seen one person so far, and he was in his truck leaving the area. This is wild. This is a second set of ropes. It's so steep and so slippery. We made it down the really steep part. Now we're right along the creek bed. It's super rocky. We're doing it. All right. I think we're coming around the last bend. Wow. Oh my God. You can't see it. There it is. I gotta keep going. There's that tree was not down last time. Oh my God. Look at the power of this. This is just unbelievable. It's so beautiful. Look at how blue that water is. Wow. This is remarkable.
At Waterfalls.
Can't even see the top of it.
We had it to ourselves for a little bit.
There we go.
2 people showed up, but now we got the whole place to ourselves.
It is seriously so beautiful. It's just like misting. It's so loud but so quiet at the same time. Like it's so hard to describe.
Yep.
The amount of water flow, I think, is really like, that's a strong water flow.
No, it was definitely a little stronger last time we came.
We came in March.
March last year. It was
Do you
definitely
remember
stronger.
when we came and we saw those people scuba diving?
Yeah, people were scuba diving at the base of the waterfall.
And it was like March, it was freezing. It was so cold. We are going to work on heading out of here.
Which will be like an hour to get back to our van.
Yeah, so I did check, it was 1.5 miles. So we got 1.5 mile hike back. Then we're gonna get some more coffee in us. Let's
Some
go.
lunch.
Yeah, some lunch.
We are back in the camper van. Back in the camper van. I look like a drowned rat. We were here for about 3 hours. We have about an hour drive to our next location. We're going to Silver Falls State Park. That is the park where they have the Trail of 10 Falls. So there's 10 waterfalls. It's an 8-mile hike. So we are not doing the full 8 miles because we have a lot of hiking tomorrow. And I think I mentioned I have a 16-mile run tomorrow, so I need to stay off my legs just a little bit. But that is the game plan for this afternoon. It is still kind of rainy out. I think it's clearing up. And we hope to find like some iced coffee or something along the way. Almost to Silver Falls State Park. It's been a little over an hour drive. We passed the north entrance, but we're actually headed to the south one. That's where the really big waterfall is. We've seen it before, but it's beautiful, so we're headed there again. So that clip right there was just the like view from above. We're gonna walk down into the like canyon. It's called the Canyon Rim Trail. What we're on right now is paved, but it won't be in a minute. Do we have any guesses on what the 8th wonder of the world might be? Coming from a Disney girly? I'll give you a guess. The backside of water. Behind the waterfall. And I'm getting wet. Got Justin. We're on this cool like path, and there's like literally the rocks right here. I had to duck. Look at the hole up there. I bet a little fox lives in it. Or bats. Way out there where my finger is, there's a little bridge. I think that's where we're walking to. This like trail kind of goes around, loops, and goes down there. But this is just, I mean, it's beautiful. If you guys ever come to Oregon, like, you have to see this. You have to experience it. We are back in the car yet again. We had a blast at Silver Falls. We only saw the first waterfall. We've been there before, and we did do a larger loop. You can do the full hike, which includes 10 waterfalls. It's about an 8-mile hike. We did not do that. We didn't have the time for that today. So we've been in the car for the last hour, maybe 2. We're driving over to Lincoln City, Oregon. The GPS says we have about 10 minutes left. Justin's gonna get a quick workout in, and then we're gonna head over to a food truck park.
We're at a food truck place called The Pines. We just ordered from this place right here, Momo. It says it's from Nepal, and it's a dumpling sort of with chicken, cabbage, onions, ginger, garlic, spices, and like a really light layer of dough. So we're gonna have that. There's like some other places. This is a gyro place. Over there's a boba place. This is a sandwich place, but they're closed. There's a bunch more on the other side. Justin ordered something for us as well from the Hawaiian place. We got the garlic shrimp. We're still looking a mess, so don't judge, but we're having a great day. I would say good morning, but it is good afternoon. It's Saturday, our last full day here in Oregon. We are off to a very, very, very late start, courtesy of myself. It is 12:45. We woke up at 7 o'clock this morning. We stayed the night at Devil's Lake State Park recreation area. There was a campground there, so we stayed there to get an early start because I had a long run this morning. I was supposed to do 16 miles, but I only did 14 and a quarter because I couldn't find a trail anywhere that would support any distance beyond like a mile that didn't have thousands of feet of elevation. Thousands of feet of elevation, but it was probably the hardest 14 miles of my life because I had to do it on the beach. Thankfully, I checked the tide calendar or whatever it's called, and the tide was low this morning, so I was able to run on packed sand, which is obviously nothing like running in loose sand. As the morning went on, though, the tide was coming in, so I was being kind of pushed more up the beach. So got that run done, went back to the campground, got a shower, and had a few bites to eat for lunch. We just had wraps again in the van. Stopped and grabbed our first coffee of the day. There's going to be a lot of coffee in this day, I will tell you that much. We are leaving Lincoln City, headed to Cannon Beach, and along the way, we hope to see a few things kind of along the way. I don't exactly know what for sure, but one thing I do know is I'm excited to go into the city of Tillamook. That's where like the Tillamook cheese, all of that, the ice cream, all of that is at. So we're gonna do that, and the final destination for the night is Cannon Beach. So really looking forward to that. It's so beautiful there. It is windy out. It looks so much like Cannon Beach. How do I show that to you back there? There we go. It looks so much like Cannon Beach with the boulders. It's beautiful. We're in Pacific Coast? Pacific City, I think. I think it's called Pacific City. We just popped over this direction because we were looking for some coffee, and it was on the way to where we're headed. It's gorgeous. Oh my God. It takes 10 pounds of milk to make 1 pound of cheese.
Tillamook Creamery. Did like a little self-guided tour and just got some ice cream. So we got the flight. There are 3 different flavors. Oregon cherry. What flavor is this? This is yours.
That is coffee almond fudge.
Coffee almond fudge, and this is their limited edition salty caramel pretzel. So we're gonna give these a try. We just did like a little cheese tasting as well. We tried extra sharp white cheddar, like black pepper cheddar, and a 6-year aged cheddar. All super good. So let's dig in.
Tillamook was really fun. I think I already said that, but just in case I didn't, it was really fun. Then we drove up to Cannon Beach. That's where we are right now. We just grabbed some dinner at a chain restaurant. I think it's a chain restaurant around here because I've seen it a few different times, called Moe's. It was very, very good. Now we're headed into Cannon Beach proper. We're just on the outskirts. So we're heading into Cannon Beach and we're gonna look for a souvenir because we don't have one yet, and maybe some dessert. Your girl ran today, so she's hungry. We're gonna go see what we can find and then head over onto the beach for sunset so we can hang out by Haystack Rock.